Hey everybody, Pete, Katrina, Steve, and Tyler here, getting ready to head into Palo for our Palo Brunch. Very excited. I've done it many times. These guys have never done it, so this is their first time.
I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to it.
He's been raving about it, so I'm excited. I can't wait.
We had dinner here last night, and if it's anything like that, then we're in for a treat. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
So let's check it out.
Oh, nobody's there. Well, look at that. Okay, for you guys, I'm gonna start here. Katrina, the chef, will prepare your dessert inside, okay?
Oh, okay,
to
cool.
avoid any cross-contamination. And then here, yes, for the birthday gentleman, very important. You have the Italian cannellonis, the tiramisu, and the panna cotta base, the vanilla chocolate and espresso, vanilla and raspberry. Also, something which is great to start your brunch is champagne jelly and berries. It's a light palate cleanser and it's super tasty.
I'm gonna make Tyler eat a cannoli for me.
You have the strawberries and dark chocolate, the Nutella cup, dark chocolate and pistachio, and the white chocolate brownie surrounded by walnut. Mandarin and strawberry tart on the side, and I'm gonna add one more, the lemon meringue curd. You like lemon a lot. You gotta go for this one with strawberry compote on the bottom, and the baked vanilla yogurt with the sesame seed here and the caramel. My goodness, this is my favorite dessert. It's super tasty. So you have some mousses, hummus mousse, trout, and salmon mousse. We display a bit of caviar with the heavy cream to cut the saltiness of it, and we added more condiments that you can accommodate your way with the Melba toast. We do have as well the cheeses, mozzarella, the feta and eggplant. You can use a bit of the balsamic in it, it's very nice. We still have the cold cut, of course, the bresaola and the prosciutto ham, and more cheeses. You see the pink cheese right here is a port wine cheese. We have the green cheese based on sage mainly, and the gorgonzola with the brie and the French boursin, herb and garlic. And more condiments for the vegetables around. Don't forget we have the Hollandaise sauce for the asparagus and prosciutto ham. This is Cajun spice tuna, regular plain tuna for the salad niçoise. King crab legs, spilled shrimps with the condiments on the side.
And these are just hard-boiled eggs?
Hard-boiled egg.
Okay.
Just hard-boiled egg. As well for the potato and the green beans. Absolutely. We have the warm sticky bun, soak overnight in a honey. We have a homemade fresh focaccia. Parmesan cheese and red onion. We have some Ghirardelli chocolate. This bread loaf is brought by Ghirardelli. Chocolate, hazelnut, Cajun nut and coffee, as well as a mini chocolate chip muffin, and as well as the dark chocolate and brioche. And on the little pot is a homemade muslix right here, so you have some condiments on the side.
Cheeses galore for you. Okay, so they took us to the back to show us the buffet area, and so the chef came out actually and showed me what I could have, and then so pretty much on my plate, he actually gave me my own little side of fruit, and I told him what I liked, and he made us a beautiful array of fruit. For my plate, I had crab legs, shrimp with had like dill on it. Then I had the asparagus wrapped up in prosciutto, and then what else did I have? My goodness, I ate it so fast I don't even remember what I had on my plate.
How was everything?
It was fantastic. Everything, the crab was sweet and it was like cooked. Well, it wasn't, you know, like sometimes the cold crab can be kind of like, I don't know, funky or like fishy flavor, but it was perfectly sweet and tender. The shrimp was really good. The prosciutto was really, with the ham was really good. I wish I had the hollandaise. They said I couldn't have any of the sauces on the table because they don't make it in-house, so they just don't want to risk contamination. And then the fruit was fantastic. They put like a cool little drizzle of chocolate over the like pineapple, so now I'm like addicted and I ate the whole plate of fruit already. And then I got a little overwhelmed, and so I ordered like a whole bunch of stuff on the menu. I got a ham and cheese frittata with cheddar cheese. Then the chef actually told me that they make they make their own flatbread. So I got a spicy Italian sausage flatbread coming, and then I think we're kind of like all sharing a veal saltimbocca. So I'm ready. I'm like getting prepared for myself to I might have to like take some runs around the ship after this.
Okay, so actually this, so far, just the buffet portion, has been the easiest experience for me in terms of my diet. They had some delicious prosciutto wrapped asparagus, a nice assortment of cheeses. I took a couple of chunks of blue cheese. They had hard-boiled eggs. They had the buffalo mozzarella from last night, which was out of this world. And then they assorted cold cuts, the prosciutto, salami, and I think it was a capicola that was up there. And so that, it made a beautiful plate. And, I didn't even finish all of it. Then that's partly because, like, my appetite is just, that's one of the things with the keto diet, apparently, is that your appetite starts to lessen as your body gets used to it. So I've been experiencing that a lot on this. I've been forcing myself to eat when I'm not hungry. But I'll take that problem any day of the week. But that was very good. Everything was really fresh. The chef came out and talked to me, explained to him what I was looking for, and he's working some magic for me in the back. So I was going to do a steak, but then I decided to do like a veal dish, and we'll see how that is. So far, so good.
All right, so I was very excited about this buffet situation because everything looked so good, and I also ventured out of my comfort zone a little bit because when I come to places like this that are like fancy and classier than I'm used to, I'm like, they probably know how to make dishes that I normally wouldn't like in a way that I like. So I tried smoked salmon, which was really, really good. I did it was a raw tuna steak dish that was really good. Then the best thing of all was this like sticky bun, cinnamon bun thing that was like dunked in cinnamon sugar. So the bottom was like saturated by it. Very, very good. Very sweet though, so you definitely have to like it's dessert for breakfast. I also had the crab leg. It was really delicious. I think you can see how great this was by the fact that the crab leg was probably my least favorite thing, and it wasn't because it was bad. It was just because everything else was so good, and not often does normal breakfast food outshine crab leg. So that's very telling for me, at least. I also had a little side of hummus that you could dip with bread. Super good. There was olive oil on top. I don't know enough about olive oil to tell you that it was like where it's from, but it was really, really good. And then what else did I have? Oh, and then I just had like fresh mozzarella with tomato. So delicious, way better than the string cheese that I have at home. So yeah, I thought it was really, really good.
Oh, so that buffet was beautiful. I ended up getting lots of different cheeses that I've never tried before. They had a port wine cheese and a basil cheese, and then a blue cheese as well that were all, I think they were all sheep's milk, right?
It all tasted like, not gamey, but it was like, it had to be sheep.
Yeah, but it was super good. I had the little toasted breads that I put all the cheese on. I got some prosciutto, they had some dried steak. I'm not exactly sure what cut it was, but it was all so good. And I ended up getting the little prosciutto wrapped asparagus, put a little bit of hollandaise on there, and it just brought it to another level. Probably my favorite thing though that I had was they had all these different types of loaves of bread, and one of them was onion bread, and surprisingly the onion bread was like by far my favorite thing I just ate. Oniony, garlicky, had some herbs on top, and it was just perfect with everything. But I also got one of those sticky buns too that Steve ended up getting, and that was also really good. Super sweet. It had like this nice crust on top, like a sugar crust almost, like that had the sugar had dried a little bit, but that gave it like a nice crunch with the kind of moistness because it was sitting in honey. It's been sitting in honey overnight, so it was nice to have a little bit of crunchiness with that moist little cinnamon bun. But I also got a little cannelloni. Cannelloni, yeah. I'm talking about the wrong thing.
That's a
yeah,
pasta
I was
dish.
talking about the pasta, yeah. I I also got a little cannoli, and it was also great. I mean, everything I've had so far, I can't say enough good things about. So we just all ordered our food. I ended up ordering, because Steve and I are going to share a lot of stuff, so we got chicken parmesan, we got artichoke ravioli, we got eggs Benedict, veal saltimbocca, so we are not going to be able to eat for the rest of the day, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, so I asked for veal without the saltimbocca sauce, with some cooked spinach and some green beans. And again, I have now reached the outer limit of what I can eat. I am uncomfortable, and this is blowing me away because these guys will vouch. I have not eaten much at all. And I'm going to tell you, in contrast to the chicken I had here last night, with no sauce, nothing. This veal is so beautifully seasoned, so flavorful, delicious, tender. Cut it with a fork. It's first rate, absolute first rate. And I did cheat a little bit by taking a bite of Steve's Mickey waffle, and he's going to get around to talking about that. But I'm just going to say this: that is the best Mickey waffle I have ever tasted in the history of Mickey waffles. Not what you get in the Magic Kingdom. Everything I've sampled, because I've just sampled a couple things. They are true to the heritage of the Palo Brunch, being among arguably the best meal you will have on a Disney cruise ship. So this isn't a nice to have, this is a must have. You must go out of your way to make reservations for a Palo Brunch. Now, if you don't get a reservation online, when you get on the ship, find out where they are booking Remy and Palo Brunch reservations. In our case, that was down in Animator's Palette at 1 p.m. Head down there, and because they hold back a certain number of reservations for people who did not make reservations online. So this is you absolutely have to do it. And if you're really lucky, you get Katrina as your server, and she's amazing.
Wow.
She has taken such great care of us, and Katrina and I have put her through her paces, and she has just been awesome. So
Awesome, I like that.
amazing brunch.
Thank you, Mr. Peter.
Okay, so I just got done eating, and I am completely blown away. This is so fantastic. They have been nothing but nice. The chef, especially prepared pizza, like a flatbread. And I got the spicy Italian sausage, and they mean spicy. It was really good. Subtle tomato, cheese, and then they have like this thinly sliced spicy Italian sausage. And I think they sprinkle like pepper flakes on top too. And so I still have that like spicy tingles in my mouth still. So it's really good. And then I got ham and cheese frittata, and it was fantastic. I gave Pete a bite, and it was like soft and fluffy, and they put the cheese on top, and then there's like little bites of ham, and it was just the balsamic vinaigrette that was on top of the arugula just kind of like wrapped in this like beautiful like yummy present. And then Tyler and I shared the veal saltimbocca. They made it gluten-free for us, and it was like on the like kind of salty side, but it was really good. I actually cut it with a fork. It was so tender, and Tyler was blown away. And it was just really good. The sauce was just it was just very, I don't know really how to describe it. It was just how would you describe it, Tyler?
It tasted like almost like a red wine sauce.
Yeah,
to
it was
me,
like a red wine reduction with
very
veal.
saltiness to it. But
Yeah, it was so good, and there's like thinly sliced leeks on the bottom that they put instead of, I think, like some kind of like bechamel stuff on for the regular food. But I mean, all in all, I am so content. I'm excited for dessert because they said that the chef specially made a dessert for me. So I feel like I'm like trying to like save room. But anyway, so I would highly recommend this. Just like Pete said, God, this is so good. I'm so happy.
I have to start with, that may be the most amazing brunch I've ever had in my life. I've been to a few of them that were really great, but this one just kind of knocked it out of the park. I think my favorite thing was the chicken that we got. The Parmesan chicken with the risotto on the bottom. Super rich, but it was just seasoned perfectly, cooked perfectly, everything about it. I mean, there was nothing to dislike about it. And then my other favorite was the lasagna bolognese, which, again, super rich, flavorful. Kind of had a lot of flavors in common with the chicken, but
You got my favorite.
it was just super good. Had the nice rich tomato sauce, had some nice little, it was a pork sauce, so it was really tasty. Had bechamel on top, not much cheese, which I like. I don't want it to be over cheesy, so. And then the last thing that I tried was, actually I tried a couple more things. We got the artichoke ravioli, which, you know, I liked it a lot, but it was a little heavier on the artichoke than I expected personally, which, you know, what do you expect when you order artichoke? I guess I should have been prepared for that, but it was good. It just wasn't my favorite thing on the table.
Thank you very much.
And
just full, it's delicious.
then the last thing I had was the Eggs Benedict, which was, I had Eggs Benedict on the ship yesterday, and this one was so much better. It was seasoned better, it was cooked better, it had a better English muffin, just they gave it a little toast on the grill, and the Canadian bacon on it was perfect. So again, this is like kind of my favorite brunch I've ever been to. It was amazing. So thumbs up for
amazing experience.
So this was so good. I highly recommend Palo Brunch. Me and Tyler, I almost said Taylor because that will just piss him off. But
oh boy.
Me and Tyler shared a lot of the same dishes. I had the artichoke ravioli as well, the lasagna, and the chicken parm. The chicken parm, I agree, was the best of the three. It was very thinly cut, and the cheese was like just perfectly like cooked on the top, but not so much that it wasn't like a stringy mess of cheese. And yeah, very rich, but very good. We ordered so much, and I'm glad that we did because we got to have a lot of different flavors of things, but it will fill you up. Like, I am like in a food coma right now, but that's not a bad thing because this is just, I'm so glad that I got to try everything that I did. The ravioli, like you were saying, it is very artichoke heavy. It's basically a ravioli with artichoke in it and really nothing else. And I kind of, to me, that was the only disappointing thing because I wish it had a little bit more to it. I just felt like there wasn't a lot there besides the artichoke. But I mean, it was still edible. It was just, of everything, that was the worst. But it wasn't bad. And then the lasagna, like the chicken parm, it was very rich, but so good. I think all these things were just like blow your mind delicious because I just have to say this: if you are coming on a Disney cruise, make sure you do whatever you can to get this reservation, you know, because it is so good.
So, what did you guys think?
That was fantastic. That was the best brunch I've ever had in my life. And they have done such a great job to like help with my allergy and your diet. It just blew me away.
They were really attentive, and the food was superb. Best meal I've had since I started this diet.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, that is probably the best brunch I've ever been to in my life, as I said earlier, and I would totally do it again. This is like the number one thing that I've done on this ship that I would recommend actually so far. So, oh man.
I'm right there with everyone. So good. I'm like the fullest I've ever been in like as long as I can remember, but that I'm not complaining because it was well worth feeling like I'm in a food coma because the food was so good. Go on the Disney Dream or any Palo or any ship that has Palo because I'm shook.
He loves it. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing, and as I mentioned before, Sober Kareen was unbelievable.
Phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
So friendly.
So there it is, our Palo Brunch review. We hope you enjoyed it. Take care.